Good morning. I am Kiran Raj. Welcome to the problem solving using C. Flowchart and algorithm. First, let us see what is algorithm. Algorithm is a finite set of unambiguous instructions which, when executed, performs task correctly. So, you are going to have the unambiguous instruction. What do you mean by unambiguous instruction? Unambiguous instruction means there will be no confusion between the instructions or commands, and they are going to perform certain tasks. So while coming to the algorithm, you are going to have mainly three characteristics. One is number of systems or steps required should to perform the task should be finite. That means you should be able to calculate the number of steps, and each instructions of the algorithm should be unambiguous. That means without any confusion, and they should be predictable and definite. Algorithm should give the or solve the problem properly. Programming logic constructs are the principal constructs. We have around three logic constructs are present. First one is imperative statements, action or sequence, conditional statements, decision making or selection, iterative statements, repetition or loops. First one is imperative constructs. While coming to the imperative constructs, the instructions will be executed in the sequential manner. That means step 1 will be executed, next is step 2, next step 3, step 4, step 5, step 6, step 7, like that. It is going to be executed continuously without any jumps, So it is every instructions is executed in the linear format. Conditional statements or the decision making. While coming to the conditional statement or the decision making, depending on the decision or the selection, you are going to choose or you are going to execute the set of codes. Iterative statements, in certain cases we have to repeat the code again and again. In those cases we are going to use the iterative statement. So we are going to have the loops in the iterative statement. First one is imperative constructs or the sequence execution. So let us see with the example. Here we want to calculate the average of three numbers. So what is the first one step in the algorithm? Start. Next step is what? You have to take the input for the first variable, right? So first number. So we are what I am doing? Input first number to variable A. Second step 2 is input second number to variable B. Third step is you have to input the third number to variable C. Afterwards, you have to calculate the average. So what I'm going to do? I'm going to calculate the sum. Sum is equal to A plus B plus C. After step 5 is average is equal to sum divided by 3. Step 6 is equal to display of average, and step 7 is end. So while coming to here, step 1, step 3 and step 3 can be combined. Step 1, step 2 and step 3 can be combined something like input 3 numbers into variable A, comma B, comma C. And again step 4 you can also combine them. Start input A, comma B, comma C, or I can write separately input A, input B and input C. Afterwards what I have done? Afterwards I have calculated the sum and the average. Then I am going to display the average. Afterwards it is the end of my program. So here input and display, they are the input and output operations. So I am going to use the parallelogram. While coming to sum and average calculation, they are logic part or they are the process. So I am going to use the rectangle shape, and start and end are the terminals. Condition statement, as I already mentioned, depending on the condition, you are going to execute the set of statements. So I'm trying to find the maximum of two numbers. Again, the first step is start. Next one is you are going to input the first number to variable A, and second step is you are going to input second number to variable B. Afterwards, step 3, you are going to compare whether A is greater than B. If A is greater than B, then I am going to write max is equal to A. If it is not the case, then I am going to write max is equal to B. Afterwards, I am going to display the max and end. So start, input A comma B. Afterwards, what I am making? Afterwards, I am checking whether A is greater than B. If A is greater than B, then I am going to write max is equal to A. Max is equal to A. That time, the command or the control will not go to this line or this statement. If it is only false, then the control will come to this set of codes. Next, what I am going to do, I am going to display the max, and afterwards I am going to end the program. Here, either max is equal to A will be executed or max is equal to B will be executed. Both are not executed at the same time. So iterative statement, it is used when I am going to execute or when I have the case where I want to repeat the set of codes again and again, or I want to execute the set of codes again and again. For example, let us consider I want to calculate the sum of the first n numbers. N numbers, let us take the example of 5 numbers. Okay, so what is the meaning of that? I have to calculate first 5 numbers total, that is 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5. Okay, now let me assume that initially sum is equal to 0 and I will initialize I is equal to 1. I is equal to 1. Okay, so let me write the formula. Sum is equal to sum plus I. What is I? I is 1. What about sum? Sum is 0. I is 1. So what will happen? Sum will become 1. Afterwards, what I am going to do? Afterwards, I will increment the I, because I next number is 2, right? So I will increment that. I is what? I is 1. 1 plus 1 will become 2. Okay. So sum is equal to, again, sum is equal to sum plus I. But now I is 2 and sum is 1. So 1 plus 2, it will become 3. Now let me go back again here. I was what? I was 2 and 2 plus 1 becomes 3. So here now sum is changed to 3. So 3 plus 3, because new I is 3. 3 plus 3 will become 6. Okay. Again I will be incremented. I was 3. 3 plus 1 will become 4. 3 plus 1 will become 4. Now sum is what? Sum is 6 and I is 4. So now it will become 10. Afterwards, again I will be incremented. I is incremented, that is 4. 4 plus 1, it will be 5. Now sum is equal to sum plus 5, that is 10 plus 5. It will become 15. So that is a sum of first 5 numbers. 1 plus 2, 3, 3 plus 3, 6, 6 plus 4, 10, 10 plus 5, 15. So if you remember properly, this sum is equal to sum plus I and I is equal to I plus 1 repeated around 5 times. The same two lines is repeated 5 times. So I'm going to write the program here. First one is start. Next input n. I'm going to ask for the number of n elements, that is input n. Afterwards what I done? Afterwards I initialized I is equal to 1 and sum is equal to 0. Afterwards what I'm going to do? I'm going to repeat the sum is equal to sum plus 1 and I is equal to I plus 1 till when? Till I becomes greater than n. So when I is lesser than or equal to n, I am going to execute them here again and again. For example, I was lesser than 5, then I came here and executing here, right? Then end of while, display of the sum and end. So start, input n, I is equal to 1, sum is equal to 0. If I is lesser than n, what I am going to do? I am going to sum is equal to sum plus I and I is equal to I plus 1. It's keep on repeating till when? Till this condition becomes false. When the condition becomes false, I am going to display the sum. Okay. Afterwards, end of the program. Here this step is repeated again and again. So this is called as iteration step. So as soon as this becomes true, it comes here and it keeps on executing until the condition becomes false. Thank you.